We leave America and head back to Europe. For round 6 of the season, we go to the Circuit de Barcelona Catalonia. So 2 races to Leclerc, 3 races to Max Verstappen. He is now still second in the Drivers' Championship as we return to Spain. 7 days' time, we go over to Monaco as well in a reduced 3-day format. Azerbaijan on the 12th of June follows with the Canadian Grand Prix a week later. July is busy as well. 4 races in 5 weeks. We start off back-to-back the British Grand Prix and the Austrian Grand Prix. A week's break before France and Hungary rounds out the season. Further down as well in the second half of the season after the summer break, the Belgium, Netherlands and Italian Grand Prix form a triple header. We then have a 3-week break with the cancellation of the Russian Grand Prix and no replacement makes Singapore round 17 on the 2nd of October. A week later we go over to Japan and then it's the America leg with the United States, Mexico and Sao Paulo Grand Prix before the season rounds out on the 20th of November in Abu Dhabi. In the Drivers' Championship, Charles Leclerc leads the way by just 19 points to Max Verstappen. Sergio Perez is just ahead of George Russell as well. Carlos Sainz in a battle, joining that for the top 5. Lewis Hamilton down in 6th position as well, 68 points back to championship leader. He's only 1 point clear of fellow Brit Lando Norris. Valtteri Bottas is 5 points back as well. Esteban Ocon and Kevin Magnussen still holding on in the top 10. On the second page, Danny Ricciardo and Yuki Tsunoda, Pierre Gasly all stay in the same places. Sebastian Vettel moves up to 14th as well. Alexander Albon now with 3 points to his name is 15th. Fernando Alonso and Lance Stroll have 2 points. Zhou Guanyu is the last driver with points. Schumacher, Hülkenberg and Latifi still pointless in 2022. In the Constructors' Championship, Scuderia Ferrari lead the way by just 6 points to Oracle Red Bull Racing, 157 to 151. Mercedes are 62 points back away from the fight as well in 3rd. Then it's Mclaren versus Alfa Romeo for 4th place in the Constructors. Alpine are 10 points clear of AlphaTauri for 6th and 7th. Haas impressing everybody, just a point back from AlphaTauri in the battle for 7th. Aston Martin with only 6 points, but Williams with 3 means that all 10 teams have points after the opening 5 races. It's the 2022 Spanish Grand Prix and this is your Grand Prix preview. Let's take a look around the Circuit de Barcelona Catalonia here in Spain. A 2.892 mile circuit, 16 turns in total, been on the calendar since 1991 and it is a real challenge for the drivers. Exiting the last corner then of New Holland, starting the lap downhill towards turn number 1. Open up the DRS zone as well, get a good slipstream down the longest start-finish straight in Formula 1. Heavy on the braking zone, all the way down into 4th gear. Hug the inside curve to the right, flick the car to the left for turn 2, and then the long sweeping right-hander turn 3. The apex ever drawing you in towards the inside line as well. Into Repsol then at turn 4. Again, 4th gear corner, inside towards the right, let the car drift out wide. And for turn 5, a very tight, twisty downhill segment of the track that coops in towards the left. Don't go too wide though, you'll lose a lot of time. Into turn 6 and then 7 and 8, the chicane area as well. Uphill, a lot of cars often spin here in first practice. Into Kampsa then at 7th gear, flat out through the inside line towards the right. Open up the DRS zone once again and hurtle down towards turn 10 at the La Caxale. Hard on the brakes, 3rd gear corner, rising up to 4th gear at the exit. Power on mid-exit as well. Into turn number 12 then, flick the car towards the left once again, now towards the right as you head down towards the chicane. Right again, then left right to complete the lap. These nasty sausage curves rumoured to be going next year as well. The car wants to understeer and oversteer at the same time, massive twitches. Into New Holland then, 5th gear, 6th gear, open up the DRS, fire it towards the line, and that is a lap of the Circuit de Barcelona Catalonia. Hello everybody, welcome back to Barcelona. Here we go then, back in the European season, and we can't wait to get restarted because we've got some cracking racing coming up. Now, often we've said in the past, Spain is a bit of a boring race as well, but that's only because we haven't had the new cars. New cars have proved that overtaking is very much possible. And now I've got a good feeling that the Spanish Grand Prix this weekend is going to be fantastic. It's round 6 of the season then, down to 22 races. The news broke a few days ago that the Russian Grand Prix that was already cancelled will not be replaced on the calendar. Rumour is that we could have had Qatar, even a second race in Singapore. Malaysia was in it, and Turkey as well, but they've now officially just cancelled it. They've given the teams an extra 3 weeks off now in between the gap, which is, I think, personally fantastic as well. Certainly helps the teams and the journalists and the media and everybody as well just relax. They sort of get another summer break just before we head over to the Asia part of the series with Japan and Singapore. So definitely thumbs up for me on that one. It's a good call. 22 races then is the revised schedule. We round out still on the 20th of November in Abu Dhabi. So 22 races, that's okay. I'll take it. 22 for 22. Anyway, moving on to this weekend then here, the headlines from Spain. Let's start off with a tech upgrade. It is Barcelona, the 6th round of the season, and this is always where we see the big major upgrades come in. Let's start with Mercedes. They've brought in a new front wing end plate as well to reduce the downforce drag. A brand new floor as well. That's going to be on Lewis Hamilton's car for the first practice session as well. He's remaining optimistic as well that he may be able to get a couple of wins this season. And he's got no data, and he's not got enough data whether or not this is a championship winning car. But if it doesn't work now, they might be out of the championship already. They've also got new rear brake winglets as well. Red Bull, they've got a new front wing flaps as well, just shaped slightly differently as well. So they're going to try and save 7 kilograms of weight as well. I've even been hearing that it's going to be 27 kilograms of weight. So big weight saving among the two teams of Red Bull and Ferrari. Continuing on with Red Bull as well, they've got a new floor as well to reduce the ground effect as well and make it a bit more sharper. Ferrari, again, new floor, same reason as well, as the updates continue to go on as everyone learns about the new hybrid era. Rear brake winglets have been put in as well. And Ferrari got a new low downforce rear wing as well to try and make the Ferrari a bit more nippy through the year as well. McLaren, they've got new front wing flaps and a new front suspension, new brake ducts, new floor and new diffuser. Basically, it's a B car coming from McLaren as well to try and get them back up into the podium paying positions as well. So good news for McLaren, might get them moving up the order as well. Further down, they've also got, as I said, front wing, front suspension, brake ducts, floor, diffuser, engine cover, cooling louvers, rear brake winglets as well. So a whole new car practically for McLaren. Alpine, they've got a new rear wing and a new front wing end plate as well, and a new rear brake winglet as well, just to try and take the air off. AlphaTauri, they've just got a new front wing. Aston Martin, though, are the biggest. It looks like they've copied Red Bull's car. They've come here with a B car. They're even calling it the B car. So we're 5 races completed, 6 now in, and they've already got a new car. Aston Martin, a new floor, side pod, bodywork, cooling louvers along the side of the car. Instead of going all the way down like we saw at the start of the season like a cheese grater, they now go up and up like a bread knife. The same on the Red Bull. Fantastic. Let's see, new rear wing, new halo as well. Looks fantastic. So they've redesigned the entire aerodynamic package of that car. Hopefully it's going to be quicker and get them points after what they called it undrivable. Even in Australia, their worst weekend. Williams, again, improving. New front wing flaps, rear wing, rear brake winglets. Alfa Romeo as well. New front wing end plate and flaps, front suspension, engine cover, floor, cooling louvers, rear suspension, rear wing. And Haas have brought nothing as well. And good news for Alfa Romeo there with a more slimline car as well. Hopefully they're going to move up as well. Bottas has been the star of the first few races as well, constantly being in the midfield. So is Kevin Magnussen and Haas, but Haas are not bringing any updates for 7 races. Not until they've got 9 weeks to wait. The French Grand Prix at Paul Ricard is when they are going to have their updates. So Haas very much are going to be starting to slip back down the running order in the next couple of races. 9 weeks to wait until their updates in the French Grand Prix. That's 7 races. Wow. 7 races in 9 weeks. Pinch me. Anyway, moving further on, let's talk about Fernando Alonso. He made some quite controversial comments yesterday about why he's not racing in the Indy 500 and why he doesn't want to race in the Indy 500. It's because apparently the aero screen is putting him off as well. He raced with it back in 2020 at the Indy 500 and he said, no, I don't like it, don't want it, that's it, we're done. That is very hypocritical as well. It seems like Alonso is also criticising the FIA's safety designation as well and the media. In fact, Fernando just looks like he's got a stick up his backside this weekend as well. He's angry with everybody. He doesn't want to race in IndyCar because of the aero screen. Don't criticise the safety device. That's bad luck as a racing driver. The aero screen has already saved 4 lives in its lifetime as well. So absolutely fantastic invention. So is the halo. If it wasn't for the halo, Alonso would have killed Charles Leclerc back at the Belgian Grand Prix in 2018. So maybe he should think about that. Alonso also criticising the stewards as well, saying that about the race direction as well and the safety delegates as well. He's not happy with the FIA structure. Alonso seems to be out for everybody this morning as well. In fact, he's being very short with the journalists in the media pen as well, walking away from journalists when they've still got questions left. So not a good call from Fernando, and I don't think he's very happy. He wants to be up there coming for wins and another world championship with Alpine, and so far the car's been letting him down this season as well. But Esteban Ocon's been putting in some stellar performances, so who can really tell what's happening out there? Speaking then of Mercedes, George Russell says as well that his aim is, jokingly he said, yeah, the aim for this is just podiums and top 5 finishes this season as well. Maybe that's his personal gain, but he wants race wins, and so does Mercedes. Brand new floor update then. This is sort of their last chance saloon in order to find anything to work with the W13. Unlucky for some indeed, but this could be the weekend. With that new floor at Barcelona, a track that the teams have tested out as well, they can compare the data from the first pre-season test to now and see if they've made any progress. So it's very good coming back to race here in Spain as well. Lewis Hamilton, as I said earlier, still trying to be optimistic. He could be world champion this year, but I think with each passing race, it's slipping further and further back. Ferrari this weekend looking good. Carlos Sainz mindful about this weekend as well. He knows it's his home race. He knows he's got a good chance to win his first ever Formula 1 Grand Prix in front of his home fans as well. So he's on the ball this weekend and he looks really to be having an attack. Charles Leclerc comes into this weekend as championship leader again. So many points ahead of Max Verstappen. Leclerc wants his 3rd win of the season to match Verstappen as well. It's been a bit like 2021 with Verstappen versus Hamilton this year. Leclerc now on 2, Verstappen on 3. It's now time for Leclerc to take it back up 1 like Hamilton did here at the Spanish Grand Prix last year. It's looking quick. Verstappen coming here, no pressure he feels as well, just going to get on with the job, just going straight forward as well and see that if he can get any more World Championship points. We'll talk more about it all as well in the first practice session. Your coverage details for this weekend will be on air with practice 1. That's coming up 12:50 British Summer Time. Practice 2 is from 3:50 as well. Tomorrow 11:50 for practice 3. 1:45 or 2:45? 2:45 for the qualifying, and you can join us on race day as well. 1:15 for a 45-minute build-up with lights out at 2 o'clock. We'll also have coverage of F2, F3 and W Series this weekend and all their races, and live coverage of the Indy 500 qualifying coming up on Saturday as well. 6 hours live. It's going to be a great one. And also, we'll be covering live coverage of the Sunday shootouts as well. Thanks for your company. We'll be back in around about half an hour. Richie will be joining me in the comms box for FP1 and FP2 today. And tomorrow, Cynthia joins me for FP3. And then Megan will be back with me for qualifying and the race as well. And Josh Players will be patrolling the pits as always. And hopefully, we'll get him in for practice 1 and 2 as well in the pit lane if we can get the Discord working. Thanks for your company. We'll see you later for practice 1. Bye for now.